When India fought Pakistan in Kargil in 1999, one of the most uncomfortable lessons that emerged from the conflict was not about firepower or terrain, it was about coordination. The Army, Navy and Air Force operated largely in their own silos with separate chains of command, separate operational logic and limited mechanisms for true joint warfare. The Kargil Review Committee said so plainly and recommended that India move toward integrated theatre commands, a structure where soldiers, sailors and airmen fight under a single unified commander for a specific geographical region. 2 decades later, India is finally on the verge of making it happen. As per reports, India is on the verge of one of the most far-reaching defense reforms since independence, with plans to operationalize 3 integrated military theatre commands before incumbent Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan demits office in May 2026. The concept is straightforward in theory. Theatre commands bring the separate arms of the military under a single unified command structure, operating under a single commander for a specific geographical region. India's current structure is almost the opposite of this. Out of 19 existing commands, 17 are single service oriented, 7 Army, 7 Air Force and 3 Navy. Among the other 2, which are the joint commands, Strategic Forces Command is responsible for nuclear weapons stockpile, while the Andaman-Nicobar Command is what one can call as Theatre Command. There are 7 Indian commands facing China, while China has a single Western Theatre Command facing India with components from both the Army and Air Force. China's Theatre Command structure provides them an edge as they have the ability to run multi-domain operations under a single commander. The post of Chief of Defence Staff, the essential prerequisite for driving Theatre Command reform, was created only in January 2020. General Bipin Rawat, the first CDS, proposed 4 theatre commands: Air Defence, Maritime, Western and Eastern. Then came a devastating setback. General Rawat's death in a helicopter crash in December 2021 slowed the process considerably. His successor, General Anil Chauhan, had to restart much of the consultative process, navigating significant inter-service disagreements, particularly from the Air Force. The Air Force resisted the idea of an Air Defence Command from the earlier iteration. Air Force asset shortages in terms of both personnel and limited squadron strength pushed decision-makers to abandon the idea. General Chauhan's approach was to simplify and build consensus. In September 2024, a formal proposal was submitted at the first Joint Commanders Conference held in Lucknow, with the Defence Minister clearing the concept in principle and all 3 service chiefs and the CDS signing the documents for their approvals. The current proposal outlines the phased establishment of 3 theatre commands. The Western Theatre Command, headquartered in Jaipur, would stretch from the Saltoro Ridge to the Run of Kutch, handling counter-insurgency and counter-terrorism operations in Kashmir as well. The Northern Theatre Command would stretch from Ladakh to Arunachal Pradesh while also covering the Bangladesh and Myanmar borders. Both land commands will have resources from the Army and Air Force, with commanders alternating between the 2 services. The Maritime Theatre Command, based in Thiruvananthapuram, would consolidate all the assets of the Eastern and Western Naval Commands along with select Air Force squadrons and Army formations and will be led by a Naval Flag Officer. India is poised to establish 3 integrated military theatre commands before Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan retires in May 2026. The CDS is expected to seek Cabinet Committee on Security approval soon. A failure to get Cabinet Committee on Security approval before his retirement would risk the reform being delayed yet again, as it was after General Rawat's death, while a new CDS settles in and reassesses the plan. Approval is not implementation. General Chauhan himself expects the full implementation of this military reform to take approximately 2 years, meaning the hard work of actually merging commands, reallocating assets, resolving rank equivalences across services, and building the shared doctrine and culture of joint warfare still lies ahead. China reorganized its 2 million-strong People's Liberation Army into 5 theatre commands in 2016, aimed at improving offensive capabilities and command and control. India is, by that measure, 8 years behind.
theatre commands will not close that gap overnight. It is the essential step toward a military structure that matches the complexity and pace of the threats India faces.